It's been a long wait, but it's gonna be worth it. And it's Lukas Skiöld, 25 years old, from Karlsborg, Old habits die hard in Sweden.
Okay, Lukas, you're good to go.
Yeah, Lukas getting in on that alternate position. He's going to be our first man to drop after a long hold. A lot of pressure building up. Takes that deep breath. He is focused and ready to go. Dropping in on this first on-off box. Let's see what he's got. Bar spin up. Nice truck driver down. Got a good start. This is the foundation. He's going to build up here. Oh. Big bar spin flip to tail whip. Looking really, really smooth. Up on that angled wall, bar spin off. This quarter pipe, a lot of riders just using it for speed, but Lukas is able to get a tail whip off, straight back on the pedals.
Need a few pedals to get some speed, generate some speed down this bomb.
Yeah, up on the crocktail, you see getting that extra trick in on the quarter pipe. Here he goes into the dirt pipe. Oh, 450 bar-to-bar truck. Downside tail whip. Getting this speed on this last setup. Here comes the booter. And he's able to get a cash roll off.
Amazing for Skiöld then. His first Crankworx run and he nails it. Amazing stuff from the Swede. What a way to start your Crankworx career.
You can see how much it means to him. That is everything. The foundation is poured. The concrete is setting. His career is off and running here in Crankworx Cairns.
He can be proud of that one. The relief. And it is so stressful for the riders as well, sitting at the top, waiting.
Definitely, definitely. Something, as we're waiting for the scores here, something to keep in mind is one of the benefits of this situation being first is you're only being scored on yourself. He is setting the tone, and he's just put the pressure on the rest of the field by getting that first top to bottom here today. Looking really clean with that flip invert up to the crocktail, and then this. Here was the cash roll. Look, the back tire just gets over.
I tell you, that was pretty close.
He didn't knuckle it. He didn't under-rotate. He got it right where he needed to. The judges are going to be looking for all of the little things to be perfect in order to get those scores. Run one, a 67.50. Take a picture. You're in first place.
There you go. Yeah. That's right. Well, great stuff for him then. And it's going to be Nicolas Kroffig now from France, the next man to drop.
Yeah, Kroffig, here he is, riding to the on and off. He's opting to tail whip up and truck driver down. Nicholi Rogatkin told me the new French kid is looking really good, and this is who he was talking about. Big backflip tail whip to bar spin, the opposite combination of what we just saw. One run ago. Tail whip up, tuck no-hander out, getting maximum points, tricking every single obstacle in his way.
Yep.
Truck to can-can on the crocktail, using that extra option. Bar spin in the corner, 270 on the wedge out. He's gonna have to get on the pedals a little bit right here, keep his momentum up in the dirt pipe. Little foot down right there. Judges are gonna be watching that. He's a little low on speed. Let's see what he can get over this last set.
He's gonna get over it clean. Oh, he does!
360 double tail whip by the skin of his teeth. He barely had the speed, and eventually that crash that was initiated halfway up the run finally comes out, but he was able to get it across the line. That is going to be a full pull right there for the young Frenchman.
Look at the height of him.
Yeah, that was unbelievably perfect. One of the things the judges are going to be looking at, watch where their tires land. Watch how straight their tires are. He was straight on the top of the landing on every single one of these moves. This is where it started to unravel just a little bit for him coming into the crocktail. Looking clean there. And as he comes into this dirt pipe, not as much speed as he needs. Look at knuckles to the top, just a little bit. And this is going to compound. So now he's starving for speed. Comes into this, gets the 360 double tail whip off. Oh, just making it. Rob, when you're a little low on speed, what you do, when you spin that 360, you initiate it a little early because you try to cut through the lip. Yeah. That's going to take a little bit out of his amplitude. That's going to affect his overall score.
64 it is for him then. Goes into second place. Will we see riders maybe skip tricking some of those last jumps, runs down to the Showtime booter to the last one to get the speed for it, or is it points for prizes only? Yeah,
I think with how close these riders are on skill, that they need to be perfect on every single obstacle.
Okay, Bonafe now on stretch. Alejandro from Barcelona.
Looking clean on the on-off, far up, truck out. There's a massive cash roll. Look at the height out of Alejandro there. Bar spin up. Kind of getting reset. Tuck no-hander, and you see him nodding his head to himself, getting pumped up, flaring the just under-rotates the spin on that flare slightly. It looked like he had the flip rotation dial, but the spin was just a little bit under-rotated. He slides out, but he's still back on course. You never know how this is going to shape up at the end of the day.
He's going to get another run as well.
360 downside tail whip right there. That's when you kick the tail whip with the front foot inwards of your 360 spin. Tuck no-hander in the dirt pipe. You see him starving for speed a little bit there too, taking some pedals, but he's looking good coming into this final jump. Cash roll bar spin.
Landed it perfect.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely perfect. He's gonna be kicking himself for that slide out because the rest of his run was on point.
Best of the 2 run scores count though.
Definitely, it's good that he kept going, you know, because the last thing he did wasn't a mistake. It was really coming through on that Showtime booter with that bar spin cash roll. Look at the height.
I mean, that's where we think we're going to see the attempted double fronts tonight. It's the biggest jump on the course, isn't it?
It absolutely is. That landing is like 45 feet above flat bottom. Bigger than a freestyle motocross landing.
It is, yeah.
Out here, yeah. And here's the flare. Watch the back tire hit. See how
close.
See how his tires were about 90 degrees with the peak of that quarter pipe. He needed to be rotated in a little more, and then this, just padding his confidence.
Yeah.
An absolute perfect rotation on the bar spin cash roll.
Quite clean on the cash roll.
So third for Bonafe, no surprises with that small crash up there. Watch that man in the second run.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we gotta wait a second. It's impossible.
See that knee brace there on David Lieb. Unfortunately, last year he made a slight mistake. Stomping his foot, didn't crash, but tore his ACL in practice
I saw it light up.
last year, and just fighting through it here today.
You know what you're doing? It is tiny. Pretty much exactly what I'm doing.
Crowd sticking around, knowing this is the best show in town, no doubt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great to see so many fans up here in the rainforest tonight. Getting some amazing images, some beautiful light here. And a stunning haircut.
Is the sun too much?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold up and wait for the sun to go behind another cloud or go down. We're super close to it disappearing for good, and then it's game on. So, you know, it's pretty much impossible to like hit a 30-foot jump with the sun completely in your face. So, yeah, we're gonna wait.
Well, there it is from the horse's mouth. You can't blame him, right?
Yeah, you can't blame him at all. You know, I think
there's a lot at stake here.
I think something to take into account is rather than it's them being sort of picky, I think the absolute perfect conditions is right around the corner.
It's so close, yeah, that's right. So why not? Yeah.
If they can have it, you know, we might as well give it to them.
Yeah, having a quick cupper up there, sorting himself out. But yeah, why not wait then? That's right. And then it's perfect for everyone.
What do you think?
And we do know that this event will roll fast then because they want to get them second runs in, and it's only light until about 6:30 here. Another hour and a half maximum, I would say, of daylight. So
yeah, I think we just saw the sun peak behind the mountain for the last time today.
What does this do to the other riders that are coming later than him? Can it, I mean, is it annoying for them, or are they behind him going, no, this is the right call? I suppose it splits a little bit.
You know, these riders are such professionals. They've been in this situation. I think that they know exactly what they're doing. They're just hyping themselves up, staying mentally prepared. Looking back at Lewis' run right here. Our current leader looking smooth out there on course in his first Crankworx slopestyle event. There on the dirt pipe, keeping his momentum going, downside tail whip. Looking super strong down here at the finish. I love a contest when the first rider sticks his run and sets the tone and really gets everybody hyped up. These riders feed off each other just as much as they do the crowd. So to see that first rider down get a full pull, it gets everyone pumped up.
What do you expect to see tonight? What tricks? I mean, the course is huge, the landings are huge. I guess everything's really there to pull whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if I had to pick, you know, obviously, I think it's Emil's event to win. You know, I think he's poised to win. He's been looking so clean. He's coming off the win in Rotorua. But you obviously have Nicholi. We know he's got stuff in his bag. That speedball, that double front flip that we first saw,
and
you know,
confident.
15
he won
years
this.
ago.
He won this last year. He's going to want to win it again.
Absolutely. But then, you know, there's David Godziek, who always has something in his bag that we've never seen.
Absolutely, yeah, the Polish rider, watch out for him as well then a bit later on. Second to last to drop. So, David Lieb now.
Yeah.
About to drop, here we go, the sun's gone. We are go at Crankworx Cairns then with Slopestyle. Lieb on track.
David Lieb on the track, opting the on-off technique, bars up, trucks out. We've seen a lot of that today. Triple bar spin. He caught those bars twice and just kept them spinning. Bars up, tail whip, foot jam. Bar spin out. So he's utilizing these freestyle portions of the course. Here he goes back into the tricks. Here he goes on the crocktail. 360 bar spin, 2X up, hips straight out, keeps that momentum going. 450 on the first hip. Downside tail whip, he's looking super clean here coming into the final jump.
What's it gonna be from Lieb?
Big, tough, no-handed backflip. David Lieb getting that first run under his belt.
Solid first run.
Solid first run.
That felt good.
It looked good too, I can tell you that. And you know, you can see why they waited. When you see what they're doing, they need full vision. They need everything right.
Yeah, absolutely. The right move, the right call.
Nice to see him pump with that.
Thank you.
Making sure he can get all of those tricks.
There's that truck in off of the off box. This is where things really picked up. 1, 2, and 3 bar spins on that backflip. Look at the height.
Look at it.
15 feet over that 40-foot landing. Just bringing those bars in perfectly. Bar up, foot jam tail whip in the sunlight, getting the angle. The only thing missing were some John Woo doves fluttering through. Right there, that tucked behind a backflip. You know, you see the front end get in there. He's throwing the handlebars in his lap. He's actually holding the bars while upside down with his waist and stretching those arms out for everything he's got.
It's insane. So much going on as these riders are upside down. He goes third with that then. 60.75 for Lieb. Will riders step it up for the second run? Bring new tricks, or is it a set run that they do both times?
You know, there's different people do it different ways. A lot of riders, they do like to use that first run to set their tone, just to get one under the belt, let the nerves shake off, and then really focus on that opportunity to break into a top 5, break onto the podium, whatever they see capable.
Torquato Testa from Italy, from Monza, no doubt. About to drop in. Man who does have a double backflip in his armory. Let us know in the live chat what his name translates to in English. There's been a few ideas. What's this?
And pulls the flat drop flip. We saw him take a super unique line on that lip. Big flip, no foot of cannon tail is what it looks like there. We're gonna have to look at the replays to make sure. Getting that foot jam off. Bar spins in. Tail whipping down towards the cocktail. This is where we've seen Torquato have a little bit of trouble the last few events. Gets that cork 7 into the cocktail. Finishing off the runs has been the challenge, but he's doing it right here. Double downside tail whip.
Perfect.
450 bar spin. Looking really good here. To the huge cash roll.
It's a massive run from Testa.
Able to pull it from top to bottom. No mistakes. Absolutely clean.
That was incredible then from the Italian.
You see him pointing to his head right there. That is the confidence that he's been looking for out of the last few events. Like I was saying, having a little trouble finishing off a full run the last couple times we saw him out, but absolutely nailing it right there. Watch
Was this low line to carry more speed on, or?
Absolutely, Rob. Absolutely to carry more speed. That's how he was able to get that flip off. A flat drop flip, riders are used to doing that off, you know, minimum 8-foot tall drops. Usually 10 to 12. but that is a lot smaller, so he was able to use that speed line he took to ramp up his momentum to pop off.
Ah, incredible stuff.
And there, the cork 7. Double downside tail whip.
Oh my.
In. And then the cash roll to finish it off. Watch his tires right here. Back tire, front tire. Nearly straight in line. That is a perfect rotation. And that is the type of stuff that the judges are looking for. That's going to make the difference between one cash roll and the other.
Let's see what the score tell us there. And he goes first then, 78 on the board. Amazing for Testa. Happy with that. And he should be. What a run that was, huh?
Yeah, jumps up the bar by a little over 10 points. And then this man right here, Tim Bringer, breakout last year, getting on that podium in Whistler, having a little injury between events and wasn't able to finish out the season the way he wanted to, but he's back. Looking really, really good here all week long. He's got $100 bills on fire on his costume.
That is about as pulling as it gets. Then the biggest man in the competition drops. What's he going to do on this first one? He's going to clear it.
Look at the speed.
That's
the double backflip over the on-off box. Rob, I told you he was going to do that.
That was ridiculous. So's that. Huge.
Double backflip, double tail whip, backflip, 2 bar spin. That is 4 tricks in 1.
He's living up to his riding gear here.
Oh, he is bringing it. Tim Bringer all the way down the course. You know he's not done. He's got a bag of tricks. Triple truck into the croc tail, double tail whip out. He is on pace. Alley-oop tail whip, 360 bar spin, downside tail spin. He's on pace to take. This is a leading run right here if he can finish it off.
Pedaling out for the last jump.
360 double tail whip. Unbelievable run out of Tim Bringer. Are you kidding me?
Bringer then with the heat here in Cairns. What a run that was. Flawless it looked to me. Not that I would really know, to be quite honest. That was unbelievable.
Rob, we were talking about the riders that were jumping all the way over that on-off box at the beginning, and I said, almost joking, that we were gonna see Tim Bringer double flip all the way up and over that. And that's exactly what we see in run 1. He came out to throw it down and nothing else.
Look at this. Look at the size of this. I mean, are you for real?
Yeah, the danger of hitting that box on the way up and the way down is huge.
That should be illegal. That's
absolutely
insane.
And then this right here, backflip, double tail whip, 2 bar spin in. 4 tricks in 1 on that huge jump 1 and does it to perfection.
In the disciplines I'm used to, if you see someone leaving a jump like that, they're going to hospital.
It does make you flinch just a bit as he's doing it.
It's bonkers.
Triple bar spin up into the croc tail, straight out to the double tail. That's going to score good, I think. Not even going back and forth.
And look at this.
Just keeping the momentum going.
Wow.
And finishing it off.
Dude, it's so technical. It's insane to watch, isn't it? You're much more used to it than me. Of course, I am standing in for Cam McCall, and I'm just being blown away by this afternoon. Let's see what Tim Bringer does then, surely. Surely he goes first. 87.75 then for Timothy Bringer. The big Frenchman takes the lead at Crankworx Cairns. Wow.
And a deserving score from the judges right there.
No wins at Crankworx yet.
No
Run
wins.
like that is going to take some stopping, isn't it?
Yeah, he's put the pressure on the riders that are behind him. I love this. These riders are pushing each other. They're pushing the crowd's response. The crowd's getting involved. Back up to the top here.
Max Fredriksson. Another rider from Sweden, from Järfälla, 27 years old then.
Getting himself back on the podium for the first time in a couple of seasons last year. That momentum is contagious and will play into account here. Oh, bar spin backflip to tuck no-hander. Bar spin up. Coming around, keeping it really smooth. A little bit of his personal style in. He gets the flare. Coming up into the cross tail. What does Max have? Opposite spin, barred back, truck, back and forth, tuck no-handed, 270 to bar spin end. Flip whips.
Oh my goodness.
Right there. Throwing multiple combos on every obstacle that he finds himself at. And then does the 360 bar spin to tail whip. That is a truck driver to tail whip.
What? Unreal.
Amplitude on point, rotation on point, cleanliness on point for Max Fredriksson.
Third here last year. What is that going to scores that going to give him now? Oh yeah. Happy enough with that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a long wait, you know, the emotion and the stress of waiting.
Look at the size of that, the height.
Bar to bar.
How long does it take these riders to learn, you know, a trick? Months and months, foam pit, is it?
You know, it's funny how that works. You know, a lot of times it will be something like that, but other times, you know, you spend as a rider visualizing what these tricks will look like, and sometimes all it takes is the fact you need to try it, and you'll get it first try because you've spent maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years visualizing something.
No way.
Yeah.
So sometimes you do see riders throw a trick for the very first time, kind of out of the blue in a competition run.
It might look that way to us watching, but these riders have been, as I said, visualizing these tricks. It is so important to do that, and you visualize months and sometimes years before you actually find yourself in the position to do it. And Max coming around, visualizing his pedals perfectly right there. We saw him absolutely stomp that run.
$1 million smile after that. The pressure releases. Of course, they got to get back to the top and do it all again. But nice to have one in the bag, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely nice to have one in the bag.
Into third, 76.5.
So third, where he finished here last year. Good run. Good first run down through this course for him.
Yeah, we know his bag of tricks is going to offer him some room to progress that score. Finds himself in run 2 when they re-rack. You know he's got more.
We go back to the top. His teammate.
The long run up. It's telling me something.
Yeah,
about this first jump.
Something special.
Ben. And this is back in Rotorua. Excuse me, Cairns last year. For Ben Thompson, the youngest rider in the competition.
Yeah, 19 years old here last year. We're looking at him getting in as that alternate and really proving him needing to be here. He belongs here with an unbelievable breakout performance.
And he was a rookie last year, right?
Yeah, new to this field, but riding like a veteran, soaking up the crowd here.
A 5th place finish last year then in Cairns for this man. What can he do? I can barely watch over this first booter. Here we go.
Yeah, what has he got? Front flip all the way up and over. Wow. And completely blind on that front flip as you come in. Superman C-crab backflip. How chill and relaxed was that rotation? Fast plan up. He is in control right now. Downside tail whip on the quarter pipe. We haven't seen that on that feature. Truck to downside tail whip on the croc tail. Opposite spin. We see him going counterclockwise there.
Oh! Triple tail whip, was it?
That was a double downside.
Last jump then for Ben Thompson. Here he comes. Oh!
He gets bucked just a little bit. The front flip bar spin to tuck no hander, slightly under rotated when he comes around. That's one of the things that makes that trick so difficult when doing a front flip. Any flip rotation, if you sense yourself coming up a little bit short on the rotation, you curl up into a little ball. But on a front flip, all you can see is your stomach. The landing is through you, and it's all by feel. And unfortunately on that one, slightly under rotating and bucks his weight forward on that landing.
But let's have a look at this, because you say about being blind through I mean, he can't see the landing until he's almost on it. That's insane when you tell me that.
The risk, once he's upside down, he cannot see if he's going to clear that flat box. Until right there, he sees the landing and he knows he has it.
That is just high risk.
Absolutely gnarly. Superman C-crab back. It looks like he didn't quite get full extension on that, but he was able to recover and gets that double tail whip.
Oh.
And then this right here, front flip, no-hander, gets the bar spin. Look at his hands, he gets the grip, but his rotation was just about 10 degrees short of what he needed to ride out of that.
43.75, goes into 7th. Would have been different, of course, without that fall on the last jump. I cannot believe how many combos, how many things are going on while the bike is rotating upside down. It's insane. Okay, next rider to drop then. Couderc.
Paul Couderc, one of the riders I saw utilizing the extra time to his advantage. I saw him nailing some runs in practice here. I am on the edge of my seat. What's he got?
Go, sends it!
Big, huge flip whip. Over clears massively, but he's gonna keep it running. Double backflip. Perfect to tires. Onto the up box. Gets a bar spin off. Tail whipping the quarter pipe into the croc tail. This is where I saw him really progressing in practice. Gets that 7.
He's off the side! Couderc goes down. Well, he's okay, thankfully.
Yeah, he just carved that 720 just a little bit. I know what he was setting up for. We saw him nail it in practice. He knows he can do it. Just unfortunate, a little bit of a carve on that croc tail and rode straight off the flat bottom. Let's hope he's okay. That knee's a little dirty.
It's so, the rug can be pulled out from under your feet at any second. The precision you need to land these tricks it's insane. It is. If you're a little bit off, you get punished so hard.
Yeah, so what happened on that 720, what happens when you carve that 720 is his rotation was initiated just a little bit too early. So he was cornering off the lip when he was coming off the top, he had turned enough. So when his rotation started, he was actually pointing off the track already. And when you're spinning 720 degrees on a gap, it's hard to know that's coming. And if you do, there's nothing you can do. But here, look, huge backflip. Oh, look at where he lands right here, Rob. Boom. Oh, halfway down the landing. But that gives him the momentum to do this.
No way.
One up, one down. That's how you double backflip a huge jump like that.
And he landed it perfectly.
Slight little mistake there onto the angle box. I'm not sure if that threw off his concentration, but here, watch where his tires land on this 720. He's only got about 6 inches to the edge of the ramp. And unfortunately, going over the bars takes a pretty hard slam to the shoulder right there. Let's hope that it's not just the adrenaline that's got him up off of his feet, and we're able to see him, because what he did in practice to back that up on this final jump, I heard him as he was coming down the landing. He was screaming in excitement in practice because he knows he has a podium contending run top to bottom.
And the look of his face when he hit the ground as well said that. But such a shame to dump it there after doing what he did on the top of this course. Griffin Paulson from Prince George in British Columbia, and this man may be going for the first ever double front flip in competition on the second jump on this run. We know he's got it. He tried it in practice. He didn't get it, but it said today he will. Here we go then.
Yeah, he didn't quite pull it, but he knows what he needs to do on it. There's a single front flip, warming it up all the way over the on-off. Here we go. What's he got?
Didn't do it though.
Backflip bar spin.
Didn't go for it this time.
Looking really solid so far. A little bit of a miscue on the up. Gets the bar spin off. Flaring the quarter pipe and slides out. You know, I wonder if he switched to do that speedball at the bottom, that double front flip. Maybe he switched to do it at the bottom and the nerves of doing it, or like you're saying, something happened in between that first front flip that he didn't have the confidence to pull that trigger. A lot of times when your mind is set on a specific trick and that doesn't happen, it is nearly impossible to regain your concentration for the rest of the run.
Yeah, exactly, because you hang everything off it almost as well, right?
Yeah, you know, you never know where it's going to end up. So drop him back in, and this is what I think he needs to do. He needs to not end on a mistake.
Well, it's good, yeah, the riders take their time, don't they? Reset, it's their run. They know they've got to do it all again shortly, so.
Yeah, definitely. Griffin hopefully can shake that off. Riding a little tight, you can tell. He's got that double front flip on his mind.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that, actually.
It's causing it to ride just a little tight. That front flip right there, that was just a pressure check right there.
Just a pressure check.
Just a pressure check.
A massive front flip, yeah, easy. Bad luck.
What can you do, buddy?
Well, he gets to go again. Nicholi Rogatkin at the top now then. The 2018 Triple Crown winner. And a man also, we think, might go for that big double front flip
but it was a cash roll over the on-off box that set the tone. Oh, look at the twister there, 100 or 1,080 degrees of rotation, corked out. And the pipe was much harder to keep your speed, but he was able to do some of the hardest tricks through it, and then this at the finish. The cash roll tail whip. Nobody knows how to celebrate like Nicholi Rogatkin. He wants to give us another one here this year in Cairns.
Rogatkin then. Here we go.
Dropping from the high point. Excitement.
Slid on that first turn. Oh my goodness! Straight in.
Gets that cash roll up. That was not the most solid start. Front flip bar spin, a tuck no-hander. Massive. What a recovery. He slid. He shuffled the pedals a little bit. But he is on point right here. Flaring that quarter pipe.
Perfect.
Coming into the cocktail. What's he got, Nicholi? Double tail whip. Straight to pedals. Bar spin the quarter pipe. Maximizing the amount of opportunities for tricks. Superman C-Grab one-hander. Downside double tail whip. Both technical, but
came up short
a little bit. Will he have enough speed to do what he needs to do right here? Goes for the twister and gets it. Incredible then for Rogatkin. And he is able to make it happen. Woo!
Just checking the shoulder was okay before he threw the victory punch. Insane from Nicholi Rogatkin. I didn't think he'd go for anything on that last jump. He cased the one before, it's so hard.
That was not the run he was looking for. I expect a solid score, but from the very beginning, he had a little bit of a miscue on the drop-in. He slid out. I thought he had recovered a little bit of a flip. Now watch here, Rob, watch here. There's not one, but two. Little bit of a slide right there. Look at it, gets his foot on the pedals, makes a little bit of a shuffle right there, and then still,
I know, I could not believe it.
How did he get a half crank up that lip? I have no idea, but he needed it. Let's see how close he gets on this. Cash rolling up and over the on-off box.
What is going on there?
Front flip, bar spin, tuck no-hander, absolutely huge. Able to bar spin up, foot jam, and then even get the tuck, or another bar spin out. So tricking everything, there's the flare.
Perfect. Oh, there is so much to any of these riders' runs. There is so much. It's insane how much they pack in. There's no gap in where they try and score or get a point, is there? Look at that. The extension was amazing.
Completely off the back of the bike, holding on with one hand, and then this. With the speed that he had, the ability to pull out that twister. A 1080 spin, completely corked out.
Look at him. Look at Rogatkin. What's it going to be on the scores then? 87.5 to beat. He goes second with 82.25. And as you said, he's got more, he wants more. Last year's winner here then in a second place.
He said he'll take it because he knows he's got more in that bag, but right now back at the top.
Absolutely. The man who just set a new world record of a backflip for 120 feet. Dirt to dirt, Tom Isted from Cornwall in the UK, a man very much on the up in 2023.
Big tuck, no-hander, absolutely deep on that. Straight into the twister.
Oh my goodness me! He went so deep on that first jump.
He did, he went absolutely to the moon over the on-off. Could have had an impact on his speed and momentum coming into this jump because the height that he had was absolutely to the moon, just under rotating it slightly coming in. Now watch this height, Rob.
Oh my, look! Oh my.
And that's another one of those completely blind committed. There he sees the landing.
Look out.
Able to hold on to that somehow.
Oh!
Leans into the twister. Back on course right here, making the most of his opportunity at the course. Does a corked 810, doesn't even bother with the crocktail, jumps all the way over it.
No way. And living up then to what Rogatkin said, that he does have the makings of a top 3 run here. Isted unluckily going down, double flip on the finish.
I don't know how you can be that casual on a double backflip. Both riders regrouping right here, knowing they have more to bring to the course.
Amazing to see the riders work with each other as well. Really, genuinely pleased for each other, wanting each other to do well. It's incredible. But I guess they're battling the course, not each other.
Yeah, here's that crash. Watch his back tire hit first, and then he bounces and over-rotates.
It wasn't far away, huh?
It was not far at all. If he was a little bit more nosed in, his front tire would have landed instead of over-rotating. It would have caught the dirt, and he would have rode right out of it. If you don't think Tom's ready for the next run, did you hear what he just said? When can I go back up?
So frustrating then for these riders. David Godziek from Poland now.
This is going to be through-the-roof technical right here, Rob.
Let's see what he does. Going to use the box on the first jump.
360 up, opposite tail whip off. Technicality already at it. No-handed twister.
Oh, and he gets it. Massive.
No-handed cash roll, sorry about that. Oh, no, that was a twister. No-handed. We talked about that earlier. He has the deepest bag of tricks. Oh. Front flip no-hander into the croc tail. Toboggan on the quarter pipe. Alley-oop truck out. Building his speed into the dirt pipe. Oh, double tail whip. X up, downside tail whip.
What's he going to finish with?
And he does it. 2 wheels. Tail whip cashy, baby.
Godziek lands a scorcher then. Nicholi Rogatkin over to see him.
Fucking sick run. Fucking sick run.
Rogatkin knows it. From Suzek in Poland, David Godziek.
Here we go on that first big jump right here. There is the no-handed twister. That is no hands doing a 1,080-degree spin 3 times around, fully corked out. Absolutely smashes it into the landing. Maximizing, tricking in, tricking out, then tricking back out that alley-oop truck. Getting the cash roll tail whip. Perfectly clean here. Spots the landing, tucks it in, smiling before he even landed. He knew he had that before he even touched down. These riders are so dialed and confident. If they see the landing when they're feeling it, they know it's on. Not the only person here with an X Games gold medal in BMX.
Oh,
that man right there.
Exactly, yeah, exactly that.
Multi-sport talented.
You share a lot in common with him.
That might be it, actually.
Here's his score then for Godziek, and he goes fast with that run. Amazing, 90.25. Godziek takes the lead with 1 to drop on run 1 here at Crankworx Cairns.
If I was writing the script here today, I think it might look a lot like this because we have 1 man at the top.
Here we go.
Left to go.
And it is the man looking to equal the record of Brandon Semenak, 11 Crankworx wins. Emil Johansson, 23 years old, from Falun in Sweden. A man, really, who is on incredible form.
Absolutely the most technical rider, hands down, out here today.
The last 10 of these, he's only been beaten here in Cairns last year. Here we go.
And he's able to do that. I lost count with the camera change. That might have been a quadruple truck. The 360 bar spin to double downside tail whip. These are tricks we saw him finishing his runs with just a year ago. Now he's doing it mid-set. Bar spinning both directions. Double tail whip there on the quarter pipe. So he's got the momentum rolling.
And the croc tail.
Opposite 360 downside double tail whip.
So smooth, isn't he? Perfect so far.
Oh, going huge, keeping his momentum going.
Coming down to the Showtime boot. What's it going to be from Johansson?
And he wanted more right there. He absolutely wanted more, but he is stoked.
No way! Johansson's happy with that one then. Will it be enough to see him take the lead?
Where the technicality goes through the roof there is that as an opposite. I want to see that replay, but I do not think that was his normal rotation there for that 360 double tail whip. There is no one out there mixing up their rotations in the combos that Emil Johansson is. No one ever has, not in BMX, not in mountain bike, and we're getting to see it here in slopestyle.
And he literally can do his tricks both ways.
Corey Bowen is the only person that comes to mind, and some of Nyquist in his later stuff, he was doing double truck drivers and opposites, but the combos that he brings in both directions here, it throws me off because his execution, and there it is a quadruple truck driver over that.
While
I couldn't
flying
tell,
over.
yeah, the camera angle changed, and I thought I saw that fourth one, and he's able to get it. 4 tricks at a time in the air. There's a double tail up on the quarter pipe.
12 meters through the air as well.
Just a step ahead from top to bottom on each of these features.
He just never really looks in trouble to me. It's so accurate. Style of the man as well.
So look at that, regular rotation, regular tail whip. And then the other direction, it is.
Is it?
On both tricks.
It's so clean. How's that going to score, you think?
I mean, I can't call it, but
well,
I think we might see a winning run right there.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to boost up. They're going to re-rack. It's not over by any means, but that is definitely a run with potential.
Yeah. And so was Godziek's, don't forget, just before that.
The consistency of the amplitude all the way down is what really pushed it over the top for me with Emil's run. The height was some of the highest we'd seen on every single jump.
And putting back a rough Cairns 2022 behind him. So what's the score going to be? 90.25 to beat. He does go first. Johansson takes the lead here in Cairns. 91.5 as we head to the second runs now. Well, redemption he's got so far. But more to come on these second runs from a lot of these riders.
More to come for sure. We know that we saw a few of those riders leave some of their planned runs out there on the track. The consistency of Emil, what we were talking about, he's getting not only the technicality scores are through the roof, but the height, the consistency of the height, the consistency of the perfect landings, carrying him through from top to bottom. Watch, look how high he is for one.
I mean,
and look at where these tires land.
Boom.
Same time, landing absolutely perfect, no wobble. He can't believe it.
Yes, Emil. It must. And there's your standings after the first run then. Ken Slopestyle, Johansson. Not much in ahead though of David Godziek. Brings it in third. Nicholi Rogatking, what's he got for his second run? Good to see Testa in there as well on the top 5. And Isted, Griffin Paulson all going down, so they're going to want a lot more out of their second runs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, we're going straight back to the top for run number 2. It's going to be in reverse order now of run number 1's scores.
And one of those things that Griffin could have been using into play here, he could have been aiming to be first because he left something on the track. Let's see what he can do. We had a big front flip to start off last time.
Lands it perfect this time on that first one.
Much cleaner there. Bar spin backflip to tail whip. Much cleaner than his first go. Able to get both tricks up and out. Keeps it even on that quarter pipe, just building his speed. Doesn't want to slide out yet again. 360 bar spin.
360 bar.
Coming into the dirt pipe. I know Griffin's got a deep bag of trips. I think he's setting up for us. Let's see what he can bring in.
Something big at the end here then. Oh, pulls a little foot down, yeah.
A little bit of a foot slip, but he's pedaling hard.
Front flip.
Yeah, went for the front flip. Bar spin checked up a little bit there. You and I both know he had something in plan there, but I think that foot bobble is what took it off the table for him.
Did it on the way down.
Yeah, you need to, in order to generate the momentum to do a double front flip, you need to have max speed. But look how perfect he landed this time on that first one.
Wow. Yeah, it was absolute perfection. Which made me think that he might then go for that double front flip on that second jump. We saw him try it early in the week, actually.
This is where we're gonna have that trouble. You see his foot just missing the pedal. Didn't actually hit the ground, but it stopped him from getting the pump he needed at the bottom of that transition to bring it into this final jump with the speed he had to have to make history here today. So it's gonna have to wait till Innsbruck. You know he's gonna be practicing on it.
Yep, that's right, he will be. A few weeks away yet before we head to Europe.
His run #1 score.
Well, a great atmosphere. Early evening here in Crankworx at Cairns. Still steamy hot, I can tell you.
We see you on the live chat on YouTube. Let us know who you think's gonna pull this one off. We see a lot of experts out there.
Scores are rolling in. Get involved in the chat for us. And he goes 64.75 on that second run into 8th place. Paul Couderc then, the next to drop.
Paul Couderc having that slip up on the crocktail, accidentally carving off.
Yeah.
I was most stoked to see this rider.
And he's going in hot there. What's this gonna be? Oh!
Massive flip whip. Double backflip. So he's already one-upping his first run.
He makes his way into the unbox.
Bar spinning out onto the quarter pipe. Gets another tail whip off, so this is where he saw trouble.
So easy for him, it looks.
He's gonna need to hesitate just a little bit on the 7. He's looking much more online right there. Just squeaks it out.
I'll tell you, he was on the edge, huh?
He absolutely was, but he's motivated. All he's got to do is get down through the dirt pipe, and I think we're going to see some fireworks. 450 tail whip. Opposite 450.
Clean.
Mixing up the technicality on his rotation. What's he got here? Opposite cork 7. Can he pull it in? Oh, no, Paul Couderc.
Oh! Well,
Paul Couderc.
he's winded himself there, yeah. Paul Couderc on that, going down on that last jump.
Has the wind out of the sails right now.
The technicality on how he set that up. That was what I was expecting him to do. So let me just set this up. Into the crocktail, he was able to pull off a regular rotation 720. That was where he had the mistake. And then he pulled it down, still pulling off amazing tricks through the dirt pipe, but then he mixed that spin up. That was an opposite rotation, corked 720. Riders are not mixing up their rotations in double spins like that. I saw him nail that in practice and absolutely light up. Unfortunately, just a slight under rotation, and then I forgot about that. The can-can double backflip on the biggest jump out here.
Look at it.
Stomps it.
Absolutely insane.
And this right here, look how close his tires are. He carves that 720 just a little bit, but he's able to recover, keeps his tires on, even gets a trick in.
Yeah, it didn't phase him at all.
Yeah, and then right here, watch. Look at him all corked up, his head in front of his rotation, tries to pull it up, gets the rotation around, but the tires grab traction. Oh. And unfortunately, that head and chest hit right there. He's gonna feel that one in the morning.
Yeah, bad luck for Paul Couderc. But it was a phenomenal run until that mistake, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Laying it down here. Paul Couderc. The commitment that these riders have on each and every one of these jumps. And speaking of commitment.
Yeah, Tom Isted then back at the top as well.
Not many riders more committed than this.
From the UK. Can he get on the podium here today? It's going to take something special. But he has got the tools for the job. Then Isted drops in.
Isted, huge flip. No-hander landing much smoother this time. Comes into the twister.
Oh, goes down again.
The frustration. Again, just slightly under-rotated. Unfortunately, his tire sounded like it blew up as well.
Well, not Tom Isted's night tonight. But that is such a big move, isn't it?
Yeah, a 1080 spin. Oh, is not an easy task. He comes in just a little front end high. It looked like he had what he needed for the rotation as far as the spin goes, but he just needs to be slightly nose down and get those tires to hit the ground at a little bit more of a consistent time. But his front end is high, watch. And that keeps his bike rotating right there. And he's just not able to ride out of it. And you see...
Yeah, the tire blew off, man.
These riders, a lot of these riders are running 80+ PSI in their tires.
And they still squid, blow off the rim. Well, bad luck for Tom Isted then. His Crankworx Cairns is over. And now it's Alejandro Bonafe, the next man to drop in then from Spain, 13th on run number 1.
Looking good, starting out really smooth like he did last time. And then there's the height on that cash roll, again, going absolutely to the moon, bar up on the angle wall. A little bit of a reset, gets the tuck no-hander in. Flaring the quarter pipe. Nice. Straight back on the pedals, getting the momentum for the cocktail. What's he got? 360 downside tail whip. That's where you kick that tail whip to the inward direction of your 360 rotation. This is where the track gets technical. Momentum is key here. Tuck no-hander. Big 270. You asked me earlier if they'll check up. They won't check up, but they'll do something that they know they have. They have a big trick at the end, and he goes for the twister. Bonafe lands it! Bonafe nailing it!
And that's going to put him up the order now with a run like that then for Bonafe.
You knew something big was coming. Those tricks in the dirt pipe, we know he's got bigger tricks, but he was able to nail those perfectly, keep his momentum going, and absolutely let it build and explode off the lip on that last jump.
Barcelona.
Bonafe taking it all in right there. Look at the height.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Significantly higher than most of the competitors on that cash roll on jump number 1. 360 downside tail whip up the croc tail, foot jam there. Oh. Then coming in, this is where you can tell it was building, you know. He wanted to do something that was going to keep his momentum going. A nice, perfectly executed tuck no-hander. This is why he wanted that speed.
Look at that.
Look at those spins.
When you watch these replays, you realize that there is almost nowhere that this can't go wrong. Like, you know what I mean? It's so difficult to go top to bottom doing what they're doing. It's mad.
Absolutely on the edge of their capabilities and what is even possible on these jumps. I love seeing this emotion.
Yeah.
Take it in, Bonafe. You deserve every second of this. It's been a long road.
Up to 7th place. Gonna see more of him.
Get goosebumps up here. A little choked up.
Yeah.
I know how important that is to these riders.
Yeah, that's right. Like. That's what it's like. That's why we do it. Ben Thompson now.
Robin! Yes, sir.
And watch this then. He won't be using that wooden top on there. Front flip.
And 87.75 is what's needed to get him back on the podium, and he is totally capable. There, he gets the extension on the Superman Seacraft backflip. So he's looking good right there. Upping his first run so far, all the way down. Downside tail whip, that was super unique last time. Able to get it off again into the cocktail. Truck driver in. Oppo 270 out. Now speed is going to be key. This is where he struggled a little bit. Oh, double tail, gets a foot down, stops it. Can he recover?
Straight to another trick.
1 foot in toboggan.
Last jump, then what's it going to be?
Just a little under-rotated. Frustration.
Thompson.
Frustration coming out. You can see him ask himself why. Why? I think that under-rotation came as he did that opposite 270 out of the cocktail. He was slightly under-rotated. And it's kind of like landing sideways. It slows your speed down, and the speed is so important.
Yeah. You need every bit you can get.
He cleaned it up here, and watch this right here. This was the biggest improvement on his run. Watch this Superman Seacraft backflip. Look at the extension. Feet completely behind him.
Together, straight out, perfect.
Nosing it in. Downside tail. The only rider we're seeing do a downside tail of rotation on the quarter pipe. And then this. Sort of the damage was already done coming in. That double tail whip bobbles the pedals. It doesn't get the pop off of the lip. on the front flip like he wanted. Almost saved it. Had the manual out, but just not enough. Yeah, frustration. Because he knows he had what it took to get back onto that podium. 87.75 was the score needed. He had it.
And frustrating to drop it on the last jump.
Whenever you're ready.
Kroffig then, ranked number 9 after run number 1.
He would love to be top 10 at the end of the day today in his first final here in Crankworx Slopestyle.
And he might, look at that.
Big backflip, double tail whip. Tail whip up, so he's got what it takes. He's one-upping himself a little bit here, looking much cleaner. The nerves have seemed to have shaken off of Nicolas, and he's riding free out here. Soaking up the crowd's energy. 270 in. He's going to want to finish this strong. Nice big invert. 270 triple truck.
Perfect. What's he got on this last one then? Kroffig goes. 360 double tail whip. Great run then. Kroffig lays one down in Crankworx Cairns.
You can see the relief. You know, I think maybe he had a little bit more in the bag, but I like that choice. I like that. Coming out of his first final here at Crankworx Slopestyle, and look how clean he is. That is what you want. Stayed on the bike, top to bottom.
So much height on that.
His cranks were off axis there. I cannot tell you how hard that is. Doing a backflip, the tail was spinning around 2 times, and when he kicked it, his back foot hit the cranks, and they spun, but he adjusted mid-air.
So they weren't where he thought they'd be when he went to go back on them.
They were not where they were supposed to be, but somehow Spidey sense kicked in, and his feet were where they needed to be. He didn't even look down.
It's insane, isn't it?
And then here, 360 double tail, the same trick he finished off his first run with perfection.
I don't know if I
A second top to bottom score.
64 run 2 scoring 0.5 less, stays 9th. Will he go away from here with the top 10?
Yeah, coming in as an alternate, that top 10 is going to be much needed points to get him in.
Lucas Skiöld now from Karlsborg. 25 years old, this man. The first man to drop, actually, on run number 1.
You see him kicking his pedals there. He's making sure he's going to have maximum traction. He's getting any possible dirt clods out of his pedal, or out of his shoe, so he gets maximum traction on his pedal. He's in. Bar spin up. Truck driver out. Oh!
Glad to see him get up from that.
That second tail whip in that backflip tail whip, the rotation on the tail just stopped. Be interesting to see on the instant replay. Sometimes what happens on that first tail whip, your front tire will actually hit your shin. And you're doing a rotation with your arms to keep that tail whip going. He's gonna finish this run off here, but I'm sure we'll get back up to the top and see that replay.
So first run was a lot better for this man than his second for Lucas Skiöld.
Watch this replay. Watch his front tire if it hits his leg on the first tail whip. It's hard to tell from that angle.
I agree with you totally, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of got off. Like the rotation with his arms just didn't match up to where the bike was. And stopped that tail whip.
Finishing off in style anyway.
Yeah, any Crankworx Slopestyle where you're finished on your feet in the finish corral is what you want.
It's been a good first Crankworx for this man. Inside the top 10 at the moment. Got to be happy, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Top 10 in the world today is what that is.
That's what it is. You're absolutely right.
Max Fredriksson, he's definitely looking to up his first score.
6 in round 1, Fredriksson.
And he gets that bar spin to bar spin, backflip, tuck no-hander. Again, a quadruple combo on the biggest jump. Oh. That's a hurricane. That is a new level of difficulty we haven't seen. Oh. 540 tail tap on that up box called a hurricane.
And it's a lot steeper, actually, than it looks on the TV here.
Yeah, opposite the truck. He's spinning both directions.
Lost his pedal, it's over.
You're right.
Yeah, what a shame.
Did you get that, Andre?
Ah, a shame for Fredriksson, though.
Looks like he maybe got a little butt suck there.
Butt pain there.
These riders have their seats so low to the top tube in order to have more room to do more tricks. And sometimes when you slip your pedal, you get sucked into that back tire. It's never what you want. But Fredriksson back on his bike. Gonna finish it off for us with a nice, smooth 360. Not what he wanted, but walking away healthy.
Well, the action is coming thick and fast here at Crankworx Cairns Slopestyle.
Here's that triple combo, bar spin, backflip to tuck no-hander. 4 tricks in one, and then this, something we hadn't seen before. He does a hurricane, bar spin up, hurricanes. That's a 540-degree tire tap revolution. Opposite 360, bar spinning both directions. Alley tuck no-hander out, and it was weird there. It was hard to see what happened. Look at his outside foot, catches the bars, comes in, what happens? And he just, oh yeah, right there, it just kind of slips off. It looked like he got his ankle was pointed down, and sometimes when that happens,
it's just like,
yeah, sometimes when that happens, you can't fight it, you know?
No, looking like he's cramping up a bit in the finish area. That wouldn't surprise me either with the, do sweat a little bit in Cairns, let's be honest.
Yeah, the humidity here has definitely got these riders wet.
It definitely has.
Torquato Testa looking amazing out here, the Italian rider in top 5, maybe his best finish ever.
Yeah.
In a slopestyle. Big tuck no-hander. He's looking pretty relaxed, maybe. Like he's just happy with that first run. He knew he did what he wanted to do.
Well, that's right, inside the top 5, I mean, hard to argue with that for the Italian.
Yeah, and he's just keeping it smooth here, finishing out on a high. Top 5 current position is an amazing showing here. Sort of gets Torquato back on track with his mission to win one of these things. Nice big cork 360. Amazing day for Torquato. You should be shaking your head the other way, Torquato. Yes, you should shake it, yes.
Be proud of that.
An amazing day.
And now all of a sudden there are only 4 riders now left to drop in here. And they're pretty damn good 4 riders as well. Nicholi Rogatkin, Tim Bringer, Godziek, Johansson, but let's see what this man can bring then.
One of the most
Nicholi Rogatkin.
The most electrifying riders out here. Anything can happen when Nicholi gets on course. And he does a twister! Down! Oh no!
I think, yeah.
He's grabbing his wrist straight away. It's not what we see. He went for a twister. He went for that 1080 over the on-off box.
Well, the best medical teams are on hand for Nicholi Rogatkin.
One of the most,
because that did look like where he was heading.
One of the most durable athletes out here.
Yeah.
Never good to see anybody grab a body part straight away.
No, that's right. Yeah. We'll keep you updated as best we can, but not the second run Nicholi Rogatkin was looking for, that is for sure.
Let's see what happens here. He gets the drop in smooth and clean this time. He takes an extra crank because he's going to wind all that momentum in. Look at this snap right here. Yanking around. Look how far his head is in front of his body. That's the cork. 1080.
Look at it. Look at the angle of that bike as it comes in.
And it looked like maybe he had a little bit of what we saw happen with Tom Isted, just under-rotating the cork part of it. And his back tire landing a little bit sooner than he wanted it to. Front end high. Here it is right here. We're going to get to see it. Just knuckles it. Oh my gosh, Nicholi. Oh, and he does go straight to that wrist. He does go straight to that wrist.
Yes, he did, yeah.
Man, he is going to kick himself in the pants when he looks at that, because he was about 2 inches short from clearing that entire gap, and that would have made him absolutely land that twister. I've never seen anybody do a twister over an obstacle like that.
That was. Anyone who, it's just ridiculous over that. That actually blows my mind to see him over that box more than anything else. Like the height, the risk, I mean, it's just, the landing is so steep as well.
Yeah, and I mean, all of that pressure is put on by our leader here. Just, you know, absolutely clean. These riders have what it takes.
Yes, that's right.
To win this event, but getting it down from top to bottom is much, much easier said than done.
Well, just to hold it, Nicholi Rogatkin. We'll keep you updated on his condition with any news we hear. But the last rider at drop he was, crashed out. Let's have a look then at the run at #1 from our current leader, Emil Johansson.
Yeah, now the thing to pay attention to here when we talk about technicality is watch the different directions that Emil is throwing bar spins, throwing tail whips right there. He did 4 bar spins in a 360, a quadruple truck driver. Look at the spins in the tail whips. They're going multiple directions. It's never easy to tell which way is opposite for Emil because he's just pinpoint accurate on everything he does. And right there, you wouldn't know that that was an opposite. You absolutely wouldn't know. There, the only mistake of his run was the celebration. Letting it all out right there. Let's not forget what he's chasing. Right here, he's trying to tie none other than Brandon Semenuk to be the winningest rider here in Crankworx Slopestyle. Looking back at the current running right now, Emil Johansson looking at the top with that 91.50. David Godziek still to go. Just 3/4 of a point behind, and not far behind him is Tim Bringer. We have the top 3 still coming. Still anyone's game here in Cairns.
3 to drop, yep, the light's getting low here. I don't think it's going to bother him though. Still enough out there. The wind, look at the windsock, has dropped to nothing. In many ways, conditions are better than they've been all day long. Worth the wait earlier on. 3 riders left to drop. Tim Bringer, David Godziek, Emil Johansson. And been told that Nicholi Rogatkin is with the medical teams, receiving some treatment. So we'll try and keep you updated on his condition as best we can. Well, what a competition, Alan, huh?
Yeah, so
I certainly am glad to have an X Games gold medalist next to me, I can tell you.
Well, it's finally paying off, you know? It's been almost 20 years.
But yeah, I mean, the tricks are so complex. To a layman like me, I can't even break them down to the slow-mo. It's insane. There's so much going on. It's amazing.
To be honest, watching these riders come down the course, it reminds me of my time playing video games. The things that they're doing were things that we just pretended we could do. And they're making it a reality here. And I am absolutely blown away at the level of competition here.
Yeah, it's insane. I've been told Nicholi Rogatkin is walking down now towards the bottom as we go to the top. For Timothy Bringer, then the big man from Vents in France. He's going to go straight over the top of this.
And a single backflip right here. Tim Bringer, he may be satisfied with that 3rd place.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, 87.75. If a rider's risked it all on run 1, put down the perfect run, that's it, right? They can often settle for it, knowing it'll be really hard for them to improve it.
Yeah, these riders know their capabilities. There's some risk management in play. We're only halfway through the season.
Well, that's absolutely right.
But it brings up an interesting question, Rob. We have 2 riders left, and only 1 is in the lead. Do you think that David Godziek is going to take a bye on his next run?
I can't see it. Can you?
You know, I don't want to put any pressure on Godziek, but what I do know is that he has the tricks in his deep, deep bag to flip the script and put the pressure on Emil Johansson for the last run. He absolutely does.
Johansson waits up in the rainforest as David Godziek.
Look at those eyes right now. I think we're going to see everything he's got right here. He's not here for 2nd place.
He definitely is not. Took second place at round 1 this year. Stop number 1 in Rotorua. Can he go one better in Crankworx Cairns tonight? Well, we're going to find out over the next minute as he tackles this course. He's readied himself for something big, I would say, Alan.
He's tasted silver just a couple of short months ago. He wants gold. Let's see if he can do it.
So much technicality from this man.
360 up, opposite tail whip out. So technicality scores right there with the opposite tail whip. And there's the no-handed twister.
Oh my God, that's massive.
Absolutely stomping it with authority. 180 bar spin up, revert out, bar spin. Coming into the quarter pipe. Bar spin, flare. So he's upping his game right here.
Yes. A 90.25 is not easy to up either.
Front foot no-hander in. Perfection on that landing, keeping his momentum. Trucks in, gets that rotation. We saw some riders have trouble with that. And this momentum, wow. There's the regular direction tail whip.
And he's clean, so he should have speed for this last jump now.
Here we go. What's Godziek got? Oh, and he goes for the cash roll windshield wiper.
He goes down on the right. He nearly saved it.
So close. Windshield wiper, that is a off-axis front spin with a tail whip one way, catch it, a tail whip another way.
If he'd landed that, would that have threatened the score of Emil Johansson?
I absolutely think that if he would have pulled that, the script would have been flipped. We would have seen Emil Johansson in a position that he has not been in in a long, long time. And that's being on his heels going into the last run. Let's look back here. Godziek, unbelievable from top to bottom. Look at this. Look at the extension.
Look at the height. Look at everything.
The extension,
insane.
the height, the spin.
It's lunacy.
And watch how hard he hits this. Perfect in. Doesn't wobble out. Look at how chill he is right there.
I know.
Keeps his tech moves going right there. Just looks cool as a cucumber.
That was insane.
Adds a bar spin to the flare on the quarter pipe right there. Coming into the crocktail. Again, perfect extension. There's the double tail whip. And then comes in. Watch the tail whip there and switches direction.
Oh my.
On the tail whip mid, run. Lands a little bit back tire. Huh? Oh man.
It was so close.
So close, and he knows it. Look at that right there. I had it. Why? I had it.
Yeah, real bad luck for David Godziek there. Amazing.
So you know what that means, Rob?
I know. Emil Johansson has equaled Brandon Semenuk's record of 11 Crankworx wins. It's already done. This is a lap of honor then for the Swede. What we see for him, a chiller?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no rush risking it.
I love these runs because this is where he gets to show it's not just about tricks. The style that this man possesses. Look at just reinventing the course, doing what he wants.
To the moon for Emil Johansson. His 11th Crankworx win. Equaling the all-time win record then of the legendary Brandon Semenuk.
Look at that.
And will he be able to break it in Innsbruck at the next stop? That's going to be worth tuning in to see.
You know, a little side note, Rob, if he does break that record in Innsbruck, a former winner of Joyride is always eligible to ride.
Are we offering Brandon Semenuk an open invitation?
Brandon Semenuk is always invited to Joyride in Whistler, and there's been quite a few people calling him out here on the live chat YouTube. You know, I don't think the rally season's on. He's the champion, so maybe.
You never know, do you, with Brandon Semenuk, quite what he's going to do.
I don't doubt his capabilities whatsoever, but right now it's all about Emil Johansson.
Yes, it is.
Doing exactly what he came here to do, tying that record, getting that first place, getting a second win on the 2023 season, and one step closer to solidifying a third Triple Crown.
Absolutely, you're dead right there as well.
There it is, right there. You see the number pop up, tied for the most Crankworx slopestyle wins in history with Brandon Semenuk.
11 Crankworx wins. Remember, there's only 3 or 4 of these now in the year. Takes a while to get those numbers, but it's been dominance by Johansson. 8 in a row till this event last year. Crashed out, KO'd, comes back, full redemption. He's won 2 more since then, both the Rotorua rounds, the last one of last year, the start of this year. And the man is on another tear.
He's been winning for so long. I think we forget about the adversity he went through. Had some odd health issues. Yeah. But once he started winning, that's that momentum we talk about. His win percentage has to be higher than anybody ever. We saw a shoey right there out of the Swede.
Which means we might be at the start of how many wins he's going to get as well. You know, 11 might just be the beginning. He's done it so quickly.
Shoey check right there.
Congratulations, Emil Johansson, for first equaling Brandon Semenuk's record and also for winning it tonight. That must feel pretty good after putting last year's crash behind you.
Totally, it feels like total redemption here, and it's been something that's been hunting me ever since last year, so couldn't be more stoked, honestly.
Amazing to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Emil, you are probably one of the riders with the most glory runs of all time, but Godziek down the stretch put that pressure on. If he was able to bump in front of you, you have more in the bag?
I have more in the bag, and it's super sick to see David go for it. I was cheering for him, but honestly, it was getting so dark up there. I was pretty relieved when I got the call that I didn't need to do a second run because it was, yeah, pretty dark.
Yeah, you waited for the perfect conditions. You got them, though. That amazing first run was enough. I guess you're looking forward now to the Triple Crown again this year? Is that on your mind?
Totally, always.
Emil, we're going to say congratulations, mate. Well done tonight. Great to see you win. We'll see you at the party later, right?
Totally. Thank you very much.
Emil. Thank you.
Bye.
And there are your results then tonight. Emil Johansson taking the win. His 11th Crankworx win with a 91.5. David Godziek crashing out on that second run, 90.25 for him.
Tim Bringer back up on the podium. Looking really, really good. So awesome to see Torquato Testa back up there. Top 5. These riders laying it all out on the course. Waiting till the right moments today.
Well, it's been an awesome evening's work for Emil Johansson. Stay with us. We'll be back today to take another look at this incredible slopestyle after this break.
If you want to get to the top, you have to dig deep.
Pull the dirt down, shovel the dirt over, pull some more dirt down. Bingo, bango, bongo.
A story of dedication, teamwork, and friendship. Steps to the top. Now available on Red Bull TV.
Rio de Janeiro. Stunning beaches. Meet iconic skate spots. Gnarly head-to-head battles in a custom-built skate park.
This is raw street. It feels real. It's perfect.
Thrilling and dazzling. Red Bull Rio Conquest. Live on Red Bull TV.
Time from Stevie Smith. He takes his first ever World Cup win.
The making of a legend. Stevie Smith, AKA the Chainsaw.
He was a bit unpredictable, he was creative, he was wild.
He did have a great life, full of giggles and laughs and adrenaline.
The untold story of a true champion. Long live Chainsaw.
Now available on Red Bull TV.
Really awesomely fun.
Well, thanks for joining us. It's quite dark here now, but worth hanging around because that was absolutely unbelievable to see Johansson finally equal that record of Brandon Semenuk. I mean, he did it in some style, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. They let the pressure build on us. They waited to the right moment, and we benefited from it. That was an unbelievable contest. I barely have a voice left.
No, exactly. Well, you did all the talking, but but thanks for that. But I mean, what a spectacle it is. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was amazing. And you know, we waited about as long as we could, I would say, on the course hole beforehand. It is pretty pitch black out there now, as you can see here. But, you know, what's it going to be for the rest of the season for Emil Johansson? No, already talking about the triple crown. I mean, I feel like equaling Semenuk's record is just the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a taste. You did not hear any hesitation when you asked him about it in the post-comp interview. He's looking forward to just absolutely dominating every time he steps on the course.
He really is, yeah. David Godziek, it was an incredible run for him as well to take a brilliant second place tonight. I mean, that Polish rider, he comes from BMX like you, but there's not a lot of stopping him, is there?
No, there's not. And I knew we weren't going to see him just lay up.
Here we are with third place run,
Tim Bringer opening up with that double backflip over the on-off box, something I don't think has ever been done. And just a powerhouse all the way down to the bottom, and he capped it off right here in front of this crowd. Gigantic 360 double tail. But you see him nod. Another rider that might have more in the tank as this season rolls on.
Cash money all over his riding gear. Cash money delivered on that ride, on that rundown. It was unreal.
Yeah.
He's such a big dude. I don't know how he manages to be so sort of light and agile. Agile on a bike. I mean, he is absolutely huge, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every once in a while, these tall riders will come around and they figure out a way to make it work for themselves. You know, that's the thing. It's just that never say die attitude. He is absolutely huge, but he uses that height to his advantage to get those double backflips rolling. Oh. Probably the best double backflipper in the game.
So much power there. So much power here from David Godziek.
Yeah, David Godziek, always something special to show. And right here, he did exactly that. The tuck no-handed twister coming in with authority and just kept it clean the whole way down. Getting maximum points, 270 alley-oop in, and getting that cash roll tail whip.
Amazing.
Notice some of the riders we were seeing kind of bounce off were landing back tire first, but he brings it down just like a 747, smooth as can be.
Fucking sick run. Fucking sick run.
We'll try and find out a little bit more about Nicholi Rogatkin as well and his condition as well after that crash. What I love actually about the Godziek brothers is that their inspiration was their granddad, Bruno, who was in their village a stuntman. Apparently that's where it all started. I don't even know if that's true, but if it is, we'll roll with it. But yeah.
I mean, I've seen those brothers do their thing, and I think it's got to be true. It's in the blood.
Yeah, that's right, absolutely. Well, let's have a look then at the winning run. No one could stop, not for the first time, Emil Johansson. Look at this. This is madness to me.
Yeah, quadruple truck driver over the on-off box, just laying it all on the line.
And look at the height on that.
Yeah, the height, the perfection on where he's landing. His feet are never bumbling on the pedals. There's just really nothing you can say that's not perfect about Emil's runs top to bottom.
No, you're right. That's why he's the best in the business, right?
Yeah, except for that. He's got to work on the celebration.
Yeah, he might lose half a 0.5 for that. He's already 3 times a Crankworx World Tour winner. You know, two triple crowns under his name. I mean, to me, well, without doubt, isn't he? He is the best in the world, right, at Slopestyle right now.
Hands down, Emil is the best in the world right now, and he's got no signs of slowing down, Rob. Like, he's just getting started. He's still quite young.
Yeah, that's right, he is.
If people have a problem with Emil winning every contest, they better get used to it, because he's gonna be doing this for a while.
And you know, from what I hear, he's the last up there every night on this course. He uses every minute of every session. I'd imagine his training's the same. You told me that he parties a lot less than everyone else, which of course is a factor, right? I mean,
yeah, and he's always the first one to show up. So yeah, he's committed. He's dedicated to these wins. Each and every one of these runs that he does, he puts his heart and soul into showing us what he's capable of.
Well, let's get our top 3 up onto the podium then.
I'd like to welcome to the stage from Cairns Regional Council, Councillor Terry James, to present our awards here for the Slopestyle. So without further ado, let's welcome to the stage the rider taking home the bronze medal for Canyon Bikes Loose Riders all the way from France, Tim Bringer. Second place today, nearly unlocking a world's first on his second run. Make some noise for the rider all the way from Poland and NS Bikes, David Godziek! But certainly not least, put your hands together for the SRAM, Maxxis, Fast House, Trek, and Red Bull rider, making it 11 wins here at Crankworx, Emil Johansson! Slopestyle podium here, Tim Bringer, David Godziek, and for lucky number 11 and tied for the most slopestyle wins in history, your winner, Emil Johansson. And now, for the best part of every podium here, the champagne showers.
Well, my first slopestyle, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was insane what those riders do. It actually defies belief, right? I mean, it's so far out there, detached from anything I've ever seen on a mountain bike, and it was amazing. And thank you so much for your help tonight.
Well, yeah, absolutely, Rob. I had a blast out here as well. Thank you for having me. That's not going to be the last Shoei we see. We got you on again tomorrow, downhill.
That's true enough, yeah. Make sure you join us for this downhill, this historic downhill here. Been using it since 1996. It's been an incredible slopestyle here at Crankworx Cairns, though, from the second stop of the tour. But make sure you join us tomorrow. Thank you very much to Alan. Thanks for joining us from home. We'll see you tomorrow for the downhill. Goodbye till then.